Alright, Shalom. Call Haloyam Laya Bashma Shai Bashma Kakadash part two real quick. Alright, I had got cut off, man. I'm trying to blow my nose, man. But let's go through this second Edges 13. Okay, and that's the spirit because I had to start playing the movie again. And literally, what was written is Revelations 19 when they tried to fight against Yahweh Shai and the angels. Okay, got destroyed. It's going to go into that too here in this chapter. That's exactly what happened. They tried to buck up against, these beings. They took a couple of them out, but ain't no angel gonna get taken out in that day. Okay, like I said, it's Esau in these movies, so they feel like they can win any situation, man, that comes or any threat that comes to the earth, man, which they're not. So 2nd Esdras 13 at the top, and it came to pass after 7 days I dreamed a dream by night, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea, and it moved all the waves thereof. And behold, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. Like I said, that pairs up with Revelation 19 pretty well, almost perfectly. Basically the same scenario. Okay. It says, and when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him. It's talking about Yahweh Shai. Okay? Like I said, when you go into Revelations, the 7th chapter, Revelations, the 19th chapter, talks about Yahweh Shai coming with the angels, coming with, his chariots. Alright? The host of heaven. Verse 4, it says, and whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burnt that heard his voice, like as the earth faileth when it filleth the fire. And after this I behold, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number. So it was a lot of men from the four winds of the heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew up upon it. Talking about that fathership, that chariot. Okay, he described this chariot as a mountain. Okay, just think about a mountain range or Mount Everest or the Grand Canyon, whatever. He described this chariot as a mountain. But I would have seen the region or place whereout the hill was graven, and I could not. Yeah, so he was looking to see, like, where did this come from? Came from out the sky, came from out the atmosphere. Verse 8, and after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fright. Why? Because Yahweh is the Father of spirits. He controls all this, man. Ain't no free will. So he hardened their heart, just like, for example, Pharaoh. Okay? He hardened their hearts to keep on fighting. They were, scared shitless. But the Lord put it in their spirit to, buck up against Yahweh Shai so he could do his thing, okay? And ultimately to magnify the name of the Lord in the earth, man. People gonna know why his name is Allah Shadia. People gonna know why Yahweh Shemel Shai, okay, is to be feared. Verse 8, and after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war. But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth, as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests, man, going into the chariots, those laser beams. All right, so those chariots, man, are going to be a curse upon this earth. Okay, but on the flip side, are going to be salvation to the nation of Israel, to the elect of the nation of Israel. Okay, to further clarify that. Verse 11, and they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up, every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. So what does this sound like, bro? I mean, if you imagine this is a chariot in the sky going against these chariots in the sky, how shining heavenly angels going against these devils, okay? Going against these devils, man, okay? These Edomites and all these other nations that try to, you know what I'm saying, buck up against Yahweh Shai and try to fight against Yahweh Shai. It's going to be a climactic event. It's going to be, you know what I'm saying, crazy, man, to see this, man. All right? That's why they got all these space forces and stuff like that. You know, they've been going into the UFOs a lot, which they call UAPs, okay? Unidentified aerial phenomenons, so on and so forth, man, which they are identified, okay? We know what they are. Those are the chariots of the Lord, okay? And afterwards saw I the same man come down from the mountain, and called unto him another peaceable multitude, the elect. And there came much people unto him, whereof some were glad, some were sorry, and some were bound, and others some brought of him that were offered. Then was I sick through great fear, and I awaked and saw, thou hast showed thy servant these wonders from the beginning, and hast counted me worthy that thou shouldest receive my prayer. Show me now yet the interpretation of this dream. For I was conceived in my understanding. Woe unto them that shall be left in those days, and much more woe unto them that are not left behind. Verse 17, for they that were not left were in heaviness, not understand either things that are laid up in the latter days, which shall happen unto them and to those that are left behind. Therefore are they come unto great perils and many necessities, like as these dreams declare. Yet is it easier for him that is in danger to come unto these things than to pass away as a cloud of the world, and not to see the things that happen in the last days. So this is a prophecy, man, that's going to come in the last days. And he answered unto me and said, the interpretation of the vision shall I show thee, and I will open unto thee the thing that thou hast required, whereas thou hast spoken of them that are left behind. This is the interpretation. He that shall endure the pearls in that time hath kept himself. They that be fallen into danger are such as heavy works and faith toward the Almighty. Now, it says, know this therefore, that they which be left behind are more blessed than they that are dead. This is the meaning of the vision, whereas thou sawest a man coming up from the midst of the sea, the same is whom Yahweh the highest hath kept a great season, which by his own self shall deliver his creature, and he shall order them that are left behind. And whereas thou sawest that out of his mouth there came a blast of wind and fire and storm, and that he held neither sword nor any instrument of war, but that the rushing in of him destroyed the whole multitude that came to subdue him. This is the interpretation. Behold, the days come when the Most High will begin to deliver them that are upon the earth, and he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth. And one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another, man. The spiritual realm versus this earthly realm. And who you think gonna win? It's telling you who's gonna win. It's already written. Yahweh Shai. Verse 32, and the time shall be when these things shall come to pass, and the signs shall happen, which I showed thee before. And then shall my son be declared, whom thou sawest as a man ascending. And when all the people hear his voice, every man shall in their own land leave the battle they have one against another. And an innumerable multitude shall be gathered together, as thou sawest them, willing to fight, and to overcome him by fighting. It says, an innumerable multitude shall be gathered together, as thou sawest them, willing to come and to overcome by fighting. But he shall stand upon the top of the Mount Zion, and Zion shall come and shall be showed to all men, being prepared and builded, like as thou sawest the hill graven out of the hands. Yeah, because, everybody going to be fighting against themselves. Okay, it's going to be World War III at that time. But once they see Yahweh Shai come, they go, like, oh, shit, we got to fight this force now. We got to go against this thing, man. All right, just like, what's that movie, Kong versus Godzilla? Kong and Godzilla were fighting each other till they see Mecha Godzilla. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's going to be one of those cases. And this, my son, shall rebuke the wicked inventions of those nations which for their wicked life are fallen into tempest, and shall lay before them their evil thoughts and the torments wherewith they shall begin to be tormented, which are like unto a flame, and he shall destroy them without labor by the law which is like unto me. And whereas thou sawest that the gathered together peaceable multitude unto him, those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Osea the king, whom Salmanazar the king of Assyria led away captive, and he carried them over the waters, and so came they unto another land. But they took his counsel among themselves, that they would leave the multitude of the heathen and go forth unto a further country where never mankind dealt. Yeah, so that's a little history on how, the native tribes, the northern tribe got over here to America. They were captive in Assyria, okay? And once they, got out of that situation, they dwelt in a further country, which would be the Americas. All right, that further proves that, a lot of the delivering is going to come out of America, man. All right. 42, that they might there keep their statues, which they never kept in their own land, and entered into Euphrates by the narrow places of the river for the Most High. Then show signs for them, and hell still the flood, till they were passed over. I said that's a little history lesson on the 9 other tribes, the nation of Israel. The head tribe Ephraim. That's pretty much it. Well, yeah, you can read the rest, but yep, it's a prophecy. Yahweh Shai coming back, man, with the angels, and they gonna be a curse upon this earth. All right, man, fucked up, man, but that's all right. This is Revelations 12. Let me see. I really just want to get to the point. Revelation 12:7, it says, and there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought against his angels. It says, and there was a war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels, and prevailed not. Neither was their place found any more in heaven. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. His forces, okay, his planes, his army, so on, is going to be cast down with him, man. Simple and plain. So, I'm going to call it that, man. I'm fucked up right now, man. I'm give all glory and praises to Yahweh Bashmal Shai Bashim Kagadash, just to finish that part 2, man. Like I said, I'm midway through. It's a good watch so far, man. You want to see some humans get obliterated by extraterrestrial forces, man. All right, so shalom.